The explosive world of Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro funny cars has delivered some incredible action at drag strips around Australia. 4,000 horsepower pushes these cars to over 400 kilometres per hour in under 5.5 seconds. Whilst the driver sits behind the engine and between the rear wheels. In this game, going straight is not as easy as it sounds.
Big pedal, and there goes the timing code.
In this special edition program, we recap the year so far, check out all the action from 3 states as the Aeroflow Nitro Funny Cars travels this great country. Western Australia is famous for its beautiful long rivers, white sandy beaches, and one of the best drag strips in the country. The Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Cars kicked off their 2019 campaign in front of a packed house at the Perth Motorplex with a healthy field of 10 cars. The WA event has seen some of the best racing for the category, with incredible performances and record-breaking passes in years gone by. We pick up the highlights of the first round with your commentators, Dean Neal and Chad Naylon.
Nitro, you've got to love it. Here at the Perth Motorplex, and there's always been a history of fans loving Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Cars. This is the 3rd time they've been here, and the cars have fired up, and what a way to kick things off.
With one of the local boys, here comes Andrew Catavardis in the beach bomb, and a man in form, Josh Lay, coming off the back of his first ever event win on home soil.
Pretty even off the line.
Very even on the line, but the Bandit drives away with a 561. That's good numbers early. Morris McMillan, one bad Kiwi. He has been picking up the first round wins in the last few events he's been to. He needs to keep that momentum going throughout the night. Slight reaction time advantage, but it's going to get driven around anyway. Big pass. 562. Oh.
Let's boogie and boogie down the racetrack, no doubt. And she is so excited.
Put her up against Nitro Express. Has won 12 out of the 26 events, this car. Oh, got very close to the centre line. Very close. And maybe even dislodged one of those timing beacons along the way. Matt Abel, another driver who's made the way through methanol racing into nitro racing. I think he shut it down. This will be a solo pass for Massinio. So a good way to start his night. Hasn't won an event in 2 years, and he might be about to turn that round with these numbers. The dark horse is back. Anthony Begley, local driver, driving an East Coast car. Shane Olive in the Red Devil. We get set to lay it down. LA Hooker clearly away quicker. But Shane Olive is just too fast. 420 clicks, 3 points in the bank.
With the first round complete, 5 cars sit on equal points. However, Massinio's 5.59 holds low ET for the round. Let's check out the highlights now from round 2.
Night has descended here at the Perth Motorplex. Let's get back into it. Tough ask for local driver at the beach bomb up against Shane Olive, a man who always goes quick. And they weren't exactly slow in that first round, so that is a good sign that we're about to see something quick here. 550s earlier in the heat of the day. What have we got now? Oh, Catavardis launches left, gets the wall. That thing just went crooked left, and maybe a spark plug or two out of the right side.
Wow.
For the Red Devil.
Sorry, Chad, 561 at under 400 kilometres an hour for the Red Devil. He shut off early too.
I think that was what we were seeing out of the right-hand side with those sparks, costing him that ET and speed. The header's getting into the wall, and bang, right there out the right-hand side. So maybe dropped a valve or something as well.
Check out this crowd. And what I love about this crowd at the Perth Motorplex, Chad, there's mums, dads, kids having an awesome time.
Here comes once again Nitro Express. And It's always awkward when two cars fire up at different times like that. Especially when they go into a big burnout like this.
Wow.
So, that is a wild, wild moment for LA Hooker. A throttle issue, surely, as the car launches from the burnout. And they'll get the chutes out. Unfortunately, won't be able to queue up and race alongside Nitro Express, but that was a serious handful, and the experience of Anthony Begley to catch that car. Oh, wow, and there was an issue for Nitro Express, so gets away with one on the solo pass. This is again what happened to Begley. Man, that thing was wicked sideways. Oh, my. Paul Messinio, long-time rival of Anthony Begley. A rivalry that has been fabled over the years. Well, now, a new chapter in that story. Time to take on his daughter, Emma Begley.
Nice strong burnout from Messinio and from Emma Begley.
So Dark Horse will want nothing more than to go through to the final round on 6 points. He's got a race on his hands. Oh, the lights go out for him, and it's going to be Emma Begley with the win. 581 drove around Dark Horse at the finish line. The bravery to hold that thing flat. And that is a huge 3 points to Let's Boogie.
No doubt Messinio had a car length at half track, but it was over there. Emma Begley, well done as we move on now to Justin Walsh, the Terminator.
Look, to me, in the other lane, we're seeing the kill signal being given to the other car, and that's a real shame. So Terminator will get a walk through this round.
Yeah.
And the Bandit, the defending champion from the last event, not firing up. So for Josh Lay, that is a heartbreaker. And that is a nice 575 pass to put a bit of icing on that cake for the Terminator.
Listen to this crowd at the Perth Motorplex. The biggest show in drag racing right here for the summer, for the year, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. When you've got 10 Aeroflow Nitro funny cars in the house and 10,000 people, big, big entertainment. Tough matchup for the local boy here. The local team didn't get off the start line in that first round. Hopefully Nitro Thunder is ready to go for round number 2 against one bad Kiwi. And tonight could be the night. One bad Kiwi goes to the last round on 6 points with a 50. 556, that is an all-time number. That would have felt sweet in the seat as well. He's worked so hard for that, Morris McMillan, and that is just desserts right there. Could tonight be the night he takes all 9 points? Let's enjoy that one again. A double step with that throttle to try and get that car moving from Matt Abel. Was never going to catch one bad Kiwi.
That car, that was a good drive job from Morris McMillan. You can see that car moving around. He is steering that funny car, and a nice run from Matt Abel too. Good to see him make it out, front up, and get down the racetrack and put on a show. On board, talking about that wheelie bar with one bad Kiwi as well.
Nice pass, moves on through, and will be joined by Red Devil and Nitro Express on 6 points. So they're the 3 drivers to watch in the last round for an overall event win, but still quite a few drivers in contention for a podium.
It's shaped up for an incredible final round of racing. Join us after the break for the 3rd and final round from the Perth Motorplex.
The night is building to an oh-so-exciting conclusion. The Perth Motorplex. Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro funny cars. So points paying scenario. Neither of these 2 drivers are in contention to get on the podium. Good chance to finish off the night with a strong pass. The Bandit is back. That is a really strong pass. A really strong pass. Personal best. 552. He said he wanted to go quicker than his personal best here tonight, and he has achieved that in the last round.
Great shot here.
Great to see see Josh and Andrew Cadavardis, two of the younger guys in the field, moving their way up through the ranks in Nitro. Part of the big time here. Another youngster now in Emma Begley in Let's Boogie. Well, you have to say, the dark horse, when Paul Messinio has truly drawn the Begley card tonight. 550s could be the realm here. That's where you'll have to play. And again, Begley out strong. Not once, but twice puts Paul Messinio away. 574, maybe a podium tonight. That's the number to beat from now on. Over 400 clicks again. She is a superstar.
Lots of sparks out of the clutch there, you'd say. And a bit of a Christmas tree type show for Messinio as well.
Honestly, the crowds have been amazing. The show has been amazing. And I'm glad that, you know, myself, the team and the car could put on a good show for everyone, as long as all the other crews.
Driving well and speaking well, ticking all the boxes. Great to have her in this series.
Now you got two of us.
Oh, she said that with such candy tone. Now you've got two of us. He'd be loving it.
Rick Dorsey, Nitro Express. On 6 points, so this could be a big moment for him tonight. The Terminator on 4 points. So what you've got going here is two drivers fighting for steps on the podium. Again, ET is the kicker. Oh man, they hit the start line hard. And through the finish line for the quickest and fastest of the night. 5:46, 9 points. Underline it, exclamation mark, put it in bold italics. That's going to take some beating.
He's already wanting to look at the replay. I just want to see how launched, because he got the front end up big time.
Man, that hit the start line hard. Those numbers pop up and the crowd will be absolutely in awe of what they've just seen.
So relaxed in the car is Dorsey. Check out the Nitro flamage on the left-hand side of the shot. Such a great event, and this is what's awesome about the Aeroflow series. They deliver.
The magician, GC, he's changed the whole tune to try and get this pump pressure back up because we couldn't fix it. So, I don't know, it felt pretty quick, eh?
What do you think you ran?
It had to be in the 60s or 50s.
5:46.
Oh, how does he do it? Tell me how he does it.
We don't know. That's the answer. Not many people know how to tune these Nitro cars quite like Graham Cowan. Been in the game for decades. Hall of Famer for a reason.
And oh no, the supercharger has stopped spinning.
It's always a horrible sound when you hear these things wind up and then deathly silence. So it'll be a solo pass here for LA Hooker as the Perth Motorplex team push or retailers Nitro Thunder away. Just Anthony Begley's luck as well, the best pass of the night when he's got no one to run. A 5:64 is a nice way to finish things off for LA Hooker.
What's the deal, Messinio? Hey?
Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, like, you know, it was funny, but not no more. I'm obvious. Really, we used to be friends once, no more.
Mate, there's going to be years more, yeah.
Oh, yeah. When the third one comes along, then what?
Sorry, buddy.
That's all good.
That sums up the series. They're fierce on track, but they're also friends. That's what we love about it. As we ride on board, this is a mouth-watering matchup. Two red hot, literally and figuratively speaking, Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro funny cars head-to-head to see who takes out this epic round at the Perth Motorplex.
One bad Kiwi still looking for that elusive first victory.
The Trans Am has been on point so far tonight. Can that continue?
Slight reaction time advantage to one bad Kiwi. Is this to say you'll get the 9 points but fall just short on ET? Either way, best drag race of the night. Tried so hard to chase down the Red Devil. Shane Olive getting there first.
There he's right there, look at it, left the
Close.
screen.
Man, just to be here and you've got, you know, thousands and thousands of people here, side-by-side runs. I could just see Shane's car just pop out in front. And I thought he disappeared again, then he popped out again. It was a bloody good race. So I don't know where we ended up, whether we got on the podium or not, who knows, but regardless, it was bloody good.
Night. All the cars performed, and you know, Massinio runs a 50. Emma, how good did Emma do? You know, an 81 in the second round, a 75 that last round. Aeroflow Rocket, Perth Motorplex, great show.
That's it from Perth, but stay with us because coming up, we head east to Sydney Dragway for a wild recap of some of the greatest racing in the history of the Aeroflow series. Renowned for its magnificent harbour and the bridge that spans it, Sydney is Australia's largest city. It is home to not only 5 million people, but is the birthplace of Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro funny cars. Let's head 35 kilometres west of the CBD to Sydney Dragway for highlights from this year's race. Chad Naylon and Dean Neal have all the action from round one.
5,000 horsepower of fun on each side of the racetrack. Gee, it's such an entertaining show, this one, the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car Show. Can Shane Olive put a win on the board early?
Pretty even off the start line, even at half track, and at the finish line, give it to the Red Devil. What a great start for the local man in Shane Olive. Nice pass too with a 5.69.
Oh, the next gen, the next wave, the Bandit. Josh Lay, how good has this guy been going? He's recently secured a round win. He has been in super impressive form. He's been mentored, or is that mentored by Morris McMillan? I'm not too sure, but fantastic to see the Avenger back here as well.
Fraction time advantage to the Bandit, and that's a big win for the Avenger. 5.59 as well. We are into personal best territory.
One bag Kiwi, this car has got a new transmission setup in there. So trying to chase some more speed, some more ET. Can he get it done?
And this guy just about lives here. It's Nitro Express. Rick Gorsey, a 3-time event winner. The Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car here at Sydney Dragway. Cylinders out of the left bank for Gorsey, so there's a chance. But he manages to get it done with a 5.83 close ET, still over 400 Ks. The door was open then for McMillan.
Digging the Camaro, this one, the Terminator. And Greg Lay. Now this car, we've seen some wild and fun moments in the Stormtrooper in this series before.
Here we go.
Pretty even off the start line.
Good reaction time advantage, which will turn into a win light. With another 5.68, we're pumping out the fives. How cool is Let's Boogie? How cool is Emma Begley? And Paul Massinio ready for action as well. Emma was really impressive in Perth driving this car. Can she continue that form here against the Dark Horse?
Wow, look at the light for Emma Begley. She rolled the start line, looked like to me.
And in the other lane, Dark Horse will get the win.
Well, a surprise name sits at the top of the points with Donnelly laying down that amazing 5.59. However, the field is so close, with any of the top 5 round 1 winners in with a chance.
Nitro, it's a wonderful, wonderful beast. Long lost relative of TNT. Here comes the Red Devil.
Took the win in round number 1 and did it with a 5.69. We'll want to step it up. Want to hop up the tune-up, and definitely against this guy, Paul Massinio, the Dark Horse. They're sounding fat. Love it.
The clutch spark underneath the Dark Horse, and he might turn this into a big win. Early shoots doesn't matter. 5.67, and the upsets continue. Looking for his first podium in 11 events. It's been a long time between drinks, but the Dark Horse might be back.
Ballistic as always, these cars both running over 400 kilometres an hour. Think about it, 400 metres, 400 kilometres an hour, and that is what it looks like. On board now with the Terminator, Justin Walsh. A very sharp operator in the world of drag racing and very capable in the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car Series, Emma Begley. So both these competitors did not strike a win in round one, so it's really important here they get those 3 points to be in the mix for a top 3 result at the business end of this event at Sydney Dragway.
Well, big advantage. Doesn't even matter now because one car gets to the finish line and it's the Terminator who's going to go marching on through on 4 points to the final. That is a really nice run.
The thing we love about this series, it's a mums, dads, kids show. It's a family environment and a family show, but it is spectacular. You get the Nitro Flames, you get the sound, you get the fury.
Morris McMillan, who's about to go toe-to-toe with LA Hooker and Anthony Begley. We've already seen his daughter in this round.
And this is the story of the tough beat for both of them. Hooker went 573 in the first round. One back Kiwi 580, so both are keen to get a win light. Both are green. That tells us they got away cleanly. They're quick.
Oh, another awesome drag race. 5:57. Had to chase him down, get the win. The wife's happy. Morris McMillan in the chance potentially for a podium, especially if he drives like that in round 3.
Gee, they were really tight for much of that one as we ride on board with Morris McMillan ripping to the finish line.
Now, Stormtrooper on 3 points, the Bandit on 1. So a win over his son today would push him through to the final in contention for the round win.
But you look at the elapsed times of both in round number 1, despite the non-win result for Josh, he was pretty much toe-for-toe in performance, so picking a winner is going to be very difficult.
Just waiting for these two cars to bump into full stage. Can't go until both those lights are lit. Action time advantage to the younger version, and despite the fact the flames go out slightly early, it's still a 5:58 beats a 5:67. We are just rolling through these side-by-side runs tonight. Wow.
Both cars busy, particularly in the middle part of the racetrack. Josh got a little close to the wall, but steered it back into that stickier, darker part of the racetrack and gets it done. Both cars well over 400 kilometres an hour once again. Fantastic.
Man, this has been a tough night to put 2 wins together, but if anyone's going to do it, it's this man on a hat trick. Avenger looked to be pointing slightly to the centre line there. Need these things pointed dead straight. It's about an 18 centimetre hop from pre-stage into full stage, and here we go. Oh, getting near the centre line and oh so close to the centre line. Nitro Express with a low 51. That is one of the quickest side-by-side passes ever. But was it legal? He did get the win light. Let's have a look.
Man, did a track over to the centre line hard.
How did he miss that centre line? It's fair and legal. He'll go through on 6 points. And incredibly, only 2 drivers, Paul Messinio and Rick Gorsey, Dark Horse and Nitro Express, are going through on the full amount of points. What an awesome round of racing.
There may only be 2 possible winners in round 3, but stick around because things are about to get wild.
Starter motor connected to the supercharger. And we tick on over into the final round. Fire up some more nitro.
So the game is here. We serve up all cars in each and every round. 3 points for the win, 1 point for the loss. As we've said, this is the only pair that can't actually strike the podium in this final round. Everything else for the rest of this round is up for grabs.
Emma's got the reaction time advantage on the old man, but with a 5:62, it's LA Hooker who scores some points to finish off the night. But that is a really cool moment. Side-by-side fives. The team are happy. That was cool.
Both drivers really busy. I've got to say, Emma
Wow.
did a terrific job in Let's Boogie. And they were tight to half track, big head of flames, a great fight and Nitro show here in Sydney. It's not just about getting the win light and getting the job done at the finish stripe in these flame-throwing machines. You've actually got to get there quickly and post a time that's going to be tough to beat. That will be the tiebreaker in this all-important third round, as Knight has well and truly descended on Sydney Dragway. Always the trick here too. He's dealing with the water and the moisture in the air and the little bit of dew, so the teams would have been working overtime just to make sure they get the tune-up and the balance right to get that win light.
Visor down, let's race. Wow, that's a rarity. Shane Olive going nowhere. Haven't seen that in a while. And in the other lane with a 5.65, Stormtrooper stakes his claim for a podium.
He's put the flag on the hill. There it is, 5.65. Gee, unusual result for Red Devil. Just, yep, up in smoke, but the balance all out of whack
wheels.
there. Yes, the vibration.
This will be, again, for the potential third step on the podium. The scenario, light the win light, go quicker than a 5.65.
It's about containing things somewhat in the burnout procedures and just settling and sorting out the car before they back it up, get it ready for a run down the quarter mile. The Pontiac Trans Am. Distinctive livery, cool looking cars. That's part of the awesomeness that is the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car Circuit. Time to beat, 5.65.
Oh, it's not going to happen in either lane. Big pedal, and there goes the timing cone. Still managed to get it to the finish line, but that'll be disqualification and the win going to the Bandit.
So Greg Lay will be happy. He still sits on the podium for now. Man, vicious launch for the Terminator. Wow, and the tyres buzzed up big time. Trying to contain so much horsepower, it's not as easy as it looks sometimes.
We threw everything at it just to see if it would hold, and truth be known, it didn't. But anyway, got back on it and went blistering through.
This is a really good matchup. These two are well and truly in the mix for a podium step. The last pair still to come are the pair in contention for the outright event win. That coming up soon, but this, in the meantime, is going to be a fun race as they creep the cars towards the start line area.
Avenger looked to labour slightly from the start line, but will still go all the way with a massive run, 5.50 from the Avenger. And that was a monster pass in the end. We try and hang on to the side of one bad Kiwi. Good pass from Morris too, but just got bedded in the other lane.
I think we ran a 5.50 flat, which is pretty good. Moved around a little bit. We're hoping for a 49, but 5.50 is nothing to be ashamed of.
I'll say.
He's hungry.
Nothing at all.
He's hungry.
So that's great. That'll lock him into third position. And this is now the fight for first and second. For Paul Messinio, it's been a while, you could say. Going back 14 events. Calder Park in 2016, the last time that we saw Paul Messinio win an event. The weight not quite as big for Rick Horsey. He's won the last two events.
And he won the first one here, the first time we saw it. The Nitro Express car got it done with Rick Horsey. He is just so consistent, so strong. He's 3 from 4.
It's a good line. Rick Horsey's walking around again, but he will get there. And man, that is another smashing time. Low ET of the event, 5.42. Does it in style. Nicely done, Rick Horsey. Nicely done, Graham Cowan. That was big.
The car was an animal this pass. It was just like, wow. Like it felt really, really fast. It felt like it wanted to go to the wall again, and I was fighting it all the way, and then like the hatch broke and fell in front of my sight, and it was all happening in there, but we got it to the end, and yeah, I'm hearing it was quick, so.
Rick Horsey does it again in that 57 Chev, a record-breaking run in the 540s. Stay with us because after the break, for the first time ever, the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro funny cars head north to Hidden Valley Drag Strip in Darwin, Northern Territory. The Northern Territory is home to some of Australia's most beautiful natural wonders, and combined with some extreme wildlife. Darwin is a natural location for anyone wanting to experience real Australia. The Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro funny cars headed north over 4,000 kilometres to Darwin to showcase the amazing spectacle to the large drag racing fan base. Prior to the on-track action, a select few, father and daughter combo Emma and Anthony Begley and wheel stander driver Chelsea Leahy, experienced the Darwin waterways aboard one of Matt Wright's amazing airboats. A perfect way to acclimatise the warm Darwin conditions. Located 15 minutes from the heart of downtown Darwin, Hidden Valley is a purpose-built motorsport facility featuring a world-class drag strip. First up in round one, the father-daughter combo of Emma and Anthony Begley hit the track to start proceedings. An ambient air temperature of 30 degrees and a track temperature approaching 50 degrees Celsius would make getting these 4,000 horsepower cars down the track a real challenge. Whilst Emma had her hands full, Anthony went on to lay down a 569 at 401 kilometres per hour to take the first points. Next up, Maurice McMillan in one bad Kiwi faced up against the informed Paul Massinio. Massinio up in instant wheel spin, but the Kiwi smashing down with a 569.7, 1,000th of a second slower than Begley. In the next pairing, young gun Josh Leahy driving the Pontiac Trans Am met Justin Walsh in the Camaro. Leahy has been in good form of late and looking to continue his strong run. Both cars went down the track, but a brilliant 558 at 411 kilometres per hour sealed the first round win for Josh. Swapping seats from the Beach Bomb, WA's Andrew Catavardis jumped into King Kong and pedalled it through with a 629 on a solo pass. This is the debut event for King Kong. The 257s met in round number one with Shane Olive in Red Devil, Sydney winner Rick Gorsey in Nitro Express. Gorsey overpowered the track with Olive running through a 566 at 393 kilometres per hour for the win. So after the first round in Darwin, the Bandit sits atop the leaderboard with a 558, but 5 cars are all still within a chance.
In the high-intensity world of piloting an Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro funny car, you can be forgiven if your personality changed a little bit on race day. So does it change too much? Well, we thought the best people to ask would be their loved ones.
My name is Jane Begley and my role is mum of Emma Begley, who drives Let's Boogie, and wife to Anthony Begley, who drives the LA Hooker. Anthony is very different on race day. Look, he gets, I don't think it's stress because I don't think it's the nerves of racing, but something comes over him. I suppose he's got a job to do and he wants to do it well.
My name is Monique McMillan. I am the wife of one bad Kiwi and my role varies from different events. Maurice is very different on race day. He has so many roles on one day, so it is hard for him at times. He holds it in quite well, but I always ask him to be angry at me if he needs to be, take it out on me, because I'll give it back to him later on at times, so I can take it. I feel like I give him a bit of normality, really. He's got so many roles, so for him to see me kind of brings it back down, and I'm able to help him out if he needs help. Calm him down, probably is the word to say, yeah.
My name is Kelsey Warford and I am on the Bandit team, and I am the fiance of Josh Lay. Josh is absolutely different on race day, so from day to day he's always cool, calm and collected, but on race day he's focused and he's got the eye for the prize, so yeah, he's a different man on race day. If I wasn't in a race event, I think Josh would struggle. I think I have the ability to make sure that everything's still ticking around while everything's going on. So I don't think we'd both like to race without each other. So the goal is always for us to be there when we're together.
Conditions had barely called for round 2, but a solo for Justin Walsh gave him a chance to check out the track conditions. Conservative 6-0 and 3 points for the Terminator. Shane Olive faced up against Emma Begley in the next pairing. A tight contest, but the Red Devil got home first, a 5.74, beating a 6 flat, and Olive now sits on 6 points. Rick Gorsey in Nitro Express took on Paul Massinio in the Dark Horse Mustang. Gorsey close to the centre line and shoots out early. Massinio claimed the win with a 6.35 at 308 km/h. Catavardis in King Kong looked to throw Begley in the LA hooker from the top of the building. But Begley, with strong header flames, powered down the quarter with a 5.72 at 400 km/h for another win, equaling Red Devil's 6 points. One bad Kiwi fired up against Josh Lay in the Bandit for one of the most anticipated matchups of the night. McMillan taking the Flying Kiwi to victory with a 5.96 over Lay's 5.98. Both cars over 390 km/h. So going into the final round of racing, 3 cars sit on 6 points. The tricky conditions will mean a safe tune-up is required to take the win in Darwin. After the break, it's the final round of the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Cars from the NT. Welcome back. Well, there's more to this series than just nitro burning funny cars. The wheel standers are a real fan favourite. The Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car Series runs a round-robin format, where all the cars race in all 3 rounds of competition. 3 points for a win, 1 point for a loss. The points are tied at the end of the event, and it comes down to the quickest pass that wins. Gorsey can't win it, but he can sure hope for redemption with the strong pass.
This is probably a good cue for you to just absolutely have a crack in the last round.
The old boy's in there overthinking it now, so look out. It's one way or the other this time.
Down the track cleanly for the first time in a solid 5.62 at 411 km/h. Next up, Catavardis versus Emma Begley. King Kong has had a solid debut, but Emma always wants that win light. A wild ride for the young lady from Perth, but still runs a 5.84 despite a big pedal fest. Next up was Dark Horse versus the Terminator. Both drivers had a win apiece. This one is for pride.
We'll be right. We've got Justin in the third round, so hey, he's tuning it, so hope he gets it right.
Flames out early for the dark horse. Walsh through for the win with a 587. Down to the business end, it was Leahy up versus McMillan. One bad Kiwi sits on 6 points, but he needs the win light if he is to take his first ever event victory.
That little gold trophy's eluding me, so we've enough seconds and thirds. We won the gold one.
A massive moment for Josh Leahy, but saves it at half track. McMillan through for the win. The Bandit, however, falls sideways and a lucky escape. Is 577 quick enough for one bad Kiwi?
I'm surprised it was that quick. It got out there and it spun the tyre and I just gave it a quick slap and it hooked up. I couldn't see Josh and I'm just like, oh, we'll keep going. With Shane Olive and Anthony Begley back there, I really don't think that's going to hold, but just now wait and see what happens.
And this is the decider. Olive versus Begley. The winner of this race has to go quicker than 5.77 seconds to beat McMillan and win the event.
Now I've got to race Beggs, so we're both on 6 points, so one of us are going to lose, and apparently Morris is on 6 points as well, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to throw the kitchen sink at it.
Look, it's we've just got to hot the car up a little bit. We've been fairly consistent, fairly cautious with it. So I'm just going to say to Shano, they've been identical all night, but we're both going to have to swing and may the best driver win.
A huge explosion for the Red Devil. Now can Begley do it? 572, he's done it. Anthony Begley takes the race in his first ever event victory, narrowly quicker than McMillan. For Olive, he's left to lick his wounds and climb from the Chev unharmed after that wild fireball. For Begley, this has been a long time coming.
Oh, beautiful. Sorry, Morris. Thanks, buddy. Oh, well, that's great. That is, we've been driving for a long time. The old girl, she's come through. She's been getting better and better the last few meetings. We've had a lot of changes on it over the last 12 months, and it's good. She's not super quick, but she's being super consistent, so can't ask for any more than that. That's great.
That wraps up our special edition highlight coverage of the amazing Nitro Funny Cars. Head to outlawnitrofunnycars.com.au for more details and make sure you catch them live when they come to a racetrack near you.